Alright, what up, y'all? So, welcome to the Legend Run. I've been doing a lot of thinking about what decks to start with, how to go. I was looking at matchups and things like that. So, if you're into that type of stuff, that's what the Twitch is for. I'm streaming this live on YouTube as well, so you can see some of the behind the scenes and all that nonsense. But I've decided I'm going to start with Dragon Warrior to begin the run. I like to have the most possibility for a win streak and just kind of quick games. I don't want to sit around here and like grind out games from the bronze tier. So I'm not playing like Quest Warrior right off the bat, something silly like that. But I do have Cliff Dive Demon Hunter available. I think a lot of this is going to depend on the types of decks that I start seeing. So, for example, Aura Paladin has a bad matchup to the Demon Hunter decks for the most part. And so if I see a lot of Aura Paladin, I may switch over to Cliff Dive. It's going to take more time. I'm hoping to really be efficient with my time in the first part of the run. But we'll see what happens here. I've also got Bubble Paladin and Aura Paladin available. But again, just depends on the type of stuff that I'm seeing. So here we go, game one. And don't forget to smash the like button. Pound the follow button. I can't stand when people say stuff like that seriously. So I always make fun of it. But it makes a big difference if you guys are following and liking and commenting and all that stuff that everybody's always asking for. Makes a big difference. So thank you if you're already following. Okay, not a great starting hand here. Let's get rid of Gromosh and Dracorex. Normally you want some good forward momentum in the beginning of the game with Dragon Warrior. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're just playing random stuff right off the bat. Nobody plays Quest Priest. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I think double Gift Wrapped Whelp into Brood Keeper is probably the play here. It's going to make the Weaponsmith a little weak on turn 3 if we don't really have... I mean, we've got 2 draws in between now and turn 3 when we could play Weaponsmith. So there could be some things that... I mean, let's see. Please hit the Whelp. Darn. Alright, well, we're going to have a big Weaponsmith at least. It's going to be a 3-mana 4/7, so I guess that kind of counteracts the lack of minions in my hand that would get pumped. I really like Dragon Warrior as a deck. I think anybody that hasn't played it, you really should consider it strongly. Okay. Tar Creeper. That's fun. I guess... Yeah, I guess I could just sacrifice one of the Whelps and trade, and then we hit them for 5 with Broodkeeper and the other Whelp. I don't really see any other lines of play making a big difference here. Yeah, I think that's the way to go here. It's unfortunate. I was hoping to get at least 6 in here. Alright, 5 is decent. I believe this deck plays a lot of removal, though, so this might be a little tough. Yeah. There's the other Tar Creeper. How do I want to do this? I could trade the Royal Librarian away, but I think the Royal Librarian's going to be really good against this stuff should it go off anytime soon. I don't want to just leave it as a dead card in my hand for now, but what to do? Dimensional Weaponsmith is not bad. And it's probably worth waiting until next turn for it, though, considering Wind Peak on 5 is normally crazy good. So... yeah, I think I am actually going to do this. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's great. So now we've got a turn 4. Let's throw this out there. We'll just do this and trade, and then we'll hit them for 4. Okay, so now we've got a really solid curve. 4 into 5. That's great. Ay, ay, ay. No more taunt minions, please. Interesting. Well, hard not to just play this guy. Yeah, any sequencing with Dragon Warrior where you can play Wind Peak Worm on turn 5 is very powerful, especially if you're if you are starting with a Prescient Slither Drake the turn before. That's very good. Please don't hit the Slither Drake. Yes! Yes! Excellent. It's a very solid turn. Yeah, so we Wind Peak Worm their face. I think I'm going to do this as well. Just put them as close to dead as possible. I could also Weaponsmith. So if I Weaponsmith and like Shadow Flame Suffusion or something, I'm still going to hit them for 6, 7, 8 with this. That'd be 9, 10. So I put them to 9 doing that. And then I have Wind Peak Worm to follow up with, which I think I like that a little bit better, actually. So let's do this to start, see what we get off of it. This guy actually isn't bad. I don't hate that. We'll do this, and then we're going to smack this. Alright. So now at least we have some reach. So part of why I didn't want to Wind Peak Worm there if we had other plays that had decent size was because now they may operate on... okay. They may operate from a place of like, well, you know, they've already played a Wind Peak Worm, so there's a little bit of safety. Whereas now they're actually just dead. So now they don't see this coming. So sometimes in those positions, people will be like, oh, well, they'll basically have a false sense of security. And that's kind of what I was going for. I know that sounds kind of abstract and random, but usually if you have something that has more reach, it's better to save that for later so that you're not just throwing things at them and then having to like... Because, for example, if I was throwing stuff at their face, and then all I had after that was minions that I had to play and then wait a turn and then attack with, you know, there's like an extra turn of delay. Whereas if you're playing the stuff and then attacking with it, and then you have the thing that deals damage directly the following turn, you can usually wrap up a game a little quicker. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm probably butchering that explanation, but... but reach is always great for later. Playing against Shaman... Royal Librarian is actually not bad, depending on how many pump spells they get early on. I like Precursory Strike, but I think I want to make sure I have a Dragon for Dark Rider turn 1. I'm trying to think, what would Precursory Strike even be good against, though? Because if they play, like, Bumbling Bellhop, I would imagine that's going to be bigger than a 3/3. It starts as a 3/3. Yeah, I think this is the right call. I want to keep the Precursory Strike, but I don't think I can justify it. Great. Okay. Yeah, Whelp of the Infinite is great against Shaman. Something good. That's actually really good. Yeah, whenever possible, it's usually good to take the guy that has +4/+5. It'll be a couple of turns till I play it, but having Rush will be great. It'll be a 7/10 and then double attack, so it'll be a 14/10 for 5 mana. So that's definitely worth waiting for. No plays, good. Stonecarver's not the greatest play here, to be honest. Sometimes running Stonecarver out just makes you lose resources you didn't need to lose. I could throw back the Royal Librarian. I could armor up. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw back the Royal Librarian. There are many things that I could draw. Alright, not bad. So, Whelp of the Infinite, although amazing against them, I'm not sure I want to play it on turn 3, because that might change the sequencing of their plays. So, hopefully this will be like a turn 4 or turn 5 play. I mean, this will probably be turn 5, obviously. But, ooh, okay, so they are playing Flight of the Firehawk. Very good card there. So if they got a Bumbling Bellhop, then that's probably coming down this turn. What else could they get off of this that would be relevant? Turbulus is pretty good. Yeah, playing Flight of the Firehawk actually makes me want to drop Whelp of the Infinite here, because I do have this guy to follow up with in 2 turns. Portal Vanguard is fine, but I don't think that's really strong enough here. Yeah, you know what, I like this, because this also gives me like Stonecarver, Petal Peddler for next turn. Should the conditions be right, because Stonecarver, I don't want to just throw that out there, because Stonecarver can be so powerful when it's good, and if nothing is damaged, it's just very vanilla, doesn't do anything. So taking full advantage of your Stonecarvers, I think, is very important with this deck.
Step forth into the time ways.
Portal Vanguard. That's a very interesting card choice. You don't see that too often in Shaman. I mean, I guess it seems great. It draws minions, it pumps minions. It is a Battlecry minion, so it's affected by Turbulus. I'm very tempted to Stonecarver and Petal Peddler here. Because I can smack this. This will go to a 1-2. This will make it this will make it a 3-4. And then Petal Peddler makes it a 4-5. That's not bad. I actually like that a lot. And then we've got this guy to follow up with, but I don't want to run that out, I think, just yet. I'm probably going to wait till they drop something that warrants the big guy. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's just run it. It seems like a great line of play. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so we've got a 4-5 that's going to keep growing. They've got a really slow start also. If all they're doing is Flight of the Firehawk and Portal Vanguard, they're going to need to play something big that's been pumped. Otherwise, they're going to continue to fall behind. What in the heck is going on? All right, this is not the Shaman deck I thought I was playing against. So one of the perks of getting to Legend is that you don't have to deal with nonsense like this as much. Because what in the holy hell am I playing against right now? Okay. So then they're going to attack this guy, and then it's Reborn. And then it's still going to get pumped at the end of my next... Oh, they got something else. Sure. Okay. So annoying, but reasonable. I think, yeah, this and Petal Peddler seem like the way to go here. Good use of removal. Ooh, Frothing Berserker. That's a card. Destroy an enemy minion with attack less than or equal to this minion's. It'll be a 5 attack minion, so yeah, that seems pretty awesome. Frothing Berserker's normally pretty boss, but being able to destroy one of their minions I think could be very helpful, because I would assume they gotta start playing some minions here. I'm very confused at their lines of play so far. They still have both minions they drew off a Flight of the Firehawk. So let's take this and just hope that they don't play something too big. We'll do this and bash. Cool. Alright, decent board now. Yeah, this is so random.
What lies ahead remains in flux.
Well, that was lucky. Destroy an enemy minion with attack less than or equal to this minion's. That works out. Okay, we get it. You got perfect petals, dog. Calm down. So looking pretty good so far. Whenever you would damage this with a nature spell, summon a random 5-cost minion instead. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. I was like, what are we doing here? So I want to say that's like some type of nature shaman thing. Really no clue. There we go with the stars. And every time you hit a 5 or a 10 of the next level, then you go down a star. So I should be at 9 bonus stars now. But hitting the win streak would be great here, because that'll give me 18 stars for the next one. So yeah, this is part of why I like playing aggro at these stages, because Quest Priest, very random fringe deck. Shaman, no clue what they were doing, but the more aggressive you can be, the harder it is for like these casual fringe decks to keep up. And there was a moment where I was considering playing aggro Demon Hunter, but I don't know that that deck is favored enough across the matchups to be able to justify that decision. Okay, so against Druid, I don't think I need Whelp of the Infinite. These two guys are okay. I would really love a 1-drop, though. I could throw back Portal Vanguard. Like, the best start against a Druid deck is normally Sanguine Depths and Stonecarver. I think that's the best start against everybody, but especially against Druid, that seems ideal. I would really like a Gift-Wrapped Whelp. But I think this is the right play. I wanna throw that back so I have the most chance of early aggression, but this feels correct. Cool. So the decision is going to be, oh wow. The decision is going to be turn 3, do I Petal Peddler or Portal Vanguard? I'm very tempted to Petal Peddler, because that'll give me 2 2/5s. Assuming this one lives. Okay. Yeah, New Heights is fine. Yeah, and that does give me potential for this guy to be super blowout. If I play this on turn 4 and it gets pumped by at least one of these, if not two, it could be crazy, so I like this. And then we can trade that away. Nice! Yeah, Preston Slither Drake is insane. Just absolutely bonkers. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that changes things. So, Stadium Announcer might be the play. If I can get a weapon that clears this, then I can sacrifice one of these to the poisonous one, but I don't like that very much. I think that's probably the best line of play, though, sadly. Alright, let's give it a try. Draw a demon. +2 attack if you discovered. Spellburst, your hero is immune this turn. I think that's okay. This does let me clear these guys. And I think I'm going to just smack them in the face for 2, because that ensures I get double activation of these guys at the end of the turn. Cool. So we'll see how they play this out. Okay. Now, if they have another Blobatar, that would be pretty difficult. Obviously, it's not impossible, but Blobatar is incredibly difficult for Dragon Warrior to get rid of, like, reasonably, because you're sacrificing so much of your board state a lot of the time. Thankfully, I have the weapon, so there is a decent chance to handle that type of stuff. Ooh, Windpeak Worm, that's great. Yeah, I think we're going to Windpeak their face and then attack with the weapon. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Now, they did get something off of Nightmare Lord, which I'm hoping isn't too crazy. Could have gotten something like Aviana, another Blob of Tar. They could be playing like Seismopod type of stuff. Okay, that's annoying, but fair. Okay, Traveler's cool. Interesting. Okay, Ebb and Flow it is. Pretty strong. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this. I guess we go like this. This drawing them a minion and making it cost 2 less is going to be pretty rough. Nice, Dark Rider's a great draw here. Let's get that up there too. Another Windpeak, fantastic, especially with Divine Shield and Wind Fury. That's awesome. So we've got 8 damage worth of stuff in our hand. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be Ziliax. So a little bit more of an uphill battle now, but at least Windpeak will get rid of one of them. Yeah, we can just get rid of both of them, but they're back to 30 life, which is unfortunate. But we will have a board presence, thankfully. And then we got to do this. And we're sacrificing this guy, fine. But hey, Wind Fury. That could go a long way here. Especially since this will be open next turn, so I can give it 8 attack. We can hit him for 6. Okay. Maybe not. And they took away the Divine Shield. Come on now. Alright, so they're doing very well. They're handling this very, very well. Oh, perfect timing. That literally could not have been better. And I think we got to do this. And we're going to hit him for 16. That's great. Question is, do we Slither Drake or Portal Vanguard? I think Slither Drake is the call. Yeah, that gives us lethal on board. Also, I don't think they're going to be playing any... There's no druid spells that really clear the board, per se. Jeez. So it's a 9/9 with Reborn with full health and enchantment. So this is what they got off of Nightmare Lord. That's pretty rough. So I have to kill a 9/9 twice if I'm going to make it through this. That's rough. Let's could start with Dark Rider or Portal Vanguard. Portal Vanguard for Whelp of the Infinite could be pretty amazing. I think that's probably worth trying first before the Dark Rider. Definitely don't want a Broodkeeper. I think we get a Petal Peddler? No, Stone Carver, okay. Stone Carver's not bad, but there are much better things we can get here. Yeah, this is rough. I think we're gonna have to do this, and then yeah, I guess we'll just throw the Stone Carver out there. That's unfortunate. So at least now the Wind Peak Worm will trade if they wanna take that trade at least.
I remember this place.
Whew! All right, Elise also. How much mana do they have left over now? Oh yeah, they can just play Terra Run, make a copy of... Oh, thank goodness. Okay, they didn't get the copy mode on Terra Run. That is so helpful. But we are in a pretty rough spot now. Okay, so it doesn't look like Win Streak is going to be in the cards for us this early. Jeez. Yeah, Seismopod Druid is just bonkers when it goes off. Once they start landing the Seismopod and recurring it, it's over. Whelp of the Infinite is decent. Let's see what else we can get off of these guys while we have a dragon in our hand. Ooh, Fire Rack. Yeah, it's hard not to take Fire Rack. Let's do this. And I think that's really all we can do for now. Now, Fire Rack is great because it could draw us cards. It could deal damage to the enemy minions or the opponent's face. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. And they trade with Elise. Okay, that's real bad. Shoot. Okay, well, another Whelp is great, but they've got lethal on board, so I can kill the Seismopod and then Fire Rack, hoping to kill the rest of the board. I mean, if Fire Rack's going to clear their board, it's... I think this and then Fire Rack is the way to go. Come on, good old Fiery. Wow. Okay. Well, they at least don't have lethal. Man. I guess this is what we gotta do here, because otherwise they're gonna use this and give them +2 attack. No, but they still have lethal, because this will be 11 and then their hero will be 13 total. When your enemy's turn ends... Yeah, we're just dead.
You really put the old heave-ho into
They got it. Alright, so 2-1 so far after 3 games. Not bad.
take pride in your
They earned that win. That was very well sequenced. I think they had everything they needed at the exact time when they needed it. I was really hoping for win streak there. Alright, who's next? Who wants some?
Versus the Thanos.
Alright, a hunter.
start running. Now you're sailing on my sea.
It's probably safe to assume this is tracking hunter. So Sanguine Depth's Stonecarver is normally the best start. But if they're not both in your hand when you mulligan, it's a little tough to try and lean into that. Like if I keep this and then I don't think I can justify holding this. I might be able to justify the Shadow Flame just because they play like Rangeri Scout, whatever the Scout is. And that Scout is massive value, so you have to be able to get rid of it ASAP. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is maybe questionable, but as long as we get another dragon, perfect. I guess we were meant to have Sanguine. That was fine. Ooh, Slither Drake is great. So turn 3, I'm going to drop this guy with the coin. I think that's really solid here. And I think it's important with Dragon Warrior not to run your Whelp of the Infinites out just because. Like, turn 3 Whelp of the Infinite, although it can kind of change the way that your opponent plays, it also sometimes can give them the opportunity to get rid of it before playing the thing that they wouldn't want to die to it. So there's a lot of different ways to play this card, but normally just running it out I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think I Shadow Flame here. I think it's, yeah, way too preemptive to just Shadow Flame and get a minion. I've already got plays over the next couple turns, so this could help me smooth out the next couple of turns and could also get rid of something problematic. Main thing I'd be concerned about is that Scout. Because when they discover a card, they get an additional copy, so like Mixologist, tracking, stuff like that, it just creates massive value. Okay. Sorry, what? Okay, so one of two things. Either they're just playing loose and they don't realize that I can kill their 2-1 with this, or they want me to do that because there's something else they want to land first. For all we know, they have 2 of these, and next turn they're going to play one and then play other minions. But yeah, it's kind of hard not to take that play, so if that's wrong, then I'm okay being wrong. Also, them playing Dreambound Raptor makes me think they might not be on like a traditional tracking hunter deck. I don't remember if they play Patchwork Pals in... Okay, so yeah, this is definitely not a normal tracking hunter. This is some beast face hunter type thing, probably. Very interesting. Wow. Yeah, Dreambound Raptor would have only hit the actual mother duck and not the little ducklings. Thank goodness. It's probably the best idea for them to kill my whelp here with the ducklings. But I have a feeling they're not going to be able to deal with Prescient Slitherdrake very easily. This guy on turn 4 is hard enough, let alone turn 3. So now I can kind of throw Shadow Flame Suffusion around a little bit more whimsically, because I'm not going to be concerned about the scout or anything like that. Just got to make sure I can clear the way, or this might even just go face. I have a feeling they left. I think they just got mad. This is incredible. I think they've only got 5 attack. Yeah, let's do this and see what other minions we have available. Ooh, Ravaging. Wow. Ravaging Ghoul could be good. Actually, I like this guy. He's going to be bigger when damaged, and I have this available to deal damage. Stonecarver, there's no point. Actually, I think this is the way to go, because then next turn, I've got 9 attack on board. If I do this, they're at 11, and then I can just use my this thing to attack for 11. Ooh, there's a ham. Sure. I mean, they should have attacked the gift-wrapped whelp. So if they didn't last turn, I feel like they will this turn? Oh, okay. They're just going to try and kill the Prescient Slitherdrake, I think. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, this is fine by me. And yeah, this is a totally cool position to be in. Alrighty then. I'm tempted to Whelp of the Infinite here. That might be the best play. So if I do this, I can poke it with this. It'll be a 2-4, and then this will make it a 6-6. So they can't kill it with their 5-4. This will be a 2-6. +3. So I can just straight trade this for their 5-4. If I hit it with Sanguine Depths. I'm not sure that's super great, though. I want to say Whelp of the Infinite is the play. Because then I've got Ham the Hungry next turn, which is big. Dracorex 2 turns after that. Yeah, I think this is an okay position. Having Dracorex to follow up in a couple of turns is pretty solid. But I am a little light on cards in my hand, so I have to be careful about how I manage these resources. If they got another Mother Duck, that would be very annoying. They definitely have the 4/2 companion. Oh, okay. Very interesting, sure. I'm surprised they're not going face at all. They're just trying to catch up at this point. Well, another stone carver is great here. So this guy will have charge. But I think Ham the Hungry is great.
What now?
It'll become a 9/10 at the end of my turn. Yeah, let's run it. Ooh, that looks good. Repeat each card you played last turn. Yes, please. I've seen people play Sasquatch in Protoss Priest because it's one of the cards you can get off of the Hunter Tourist card. And if you play turn 6, what's it called? Revives 3 minions, Resuscitate. If you play turn 6 Resuscitate and then turn 7 Sasquatch, you play Resuscitate again, it's actually pretty good. Sure thing, buddy. Do what you gotta do. So yeah, not super worried here. They're down to 3 cards now, which is great. So if I play this, it'll be, let's see, 2/6. I poke with this, it'll get +2, +5. So it'll be a 7/5 with charge. I think I just do that. Let's see what I get off a Portal Vanguard first, though. I could Stone Carver also, because then it'll be a 9/7 at the end of my turn.
What now?
Let's see Portal Vanguard first.
Into the time ways.
Interesting. Weaponsmith isn't bad. I feel like I could get a lot better and a lot worse things off of this. I haven't seen a single Wind Peak Worm yet this game, so that could help me close out this game. What do we get? Stadium Announcer's okay. So let's do this, and then we're gonna smash him for 7. So now they're well within range. We've got double Precursory Strike and double Wind Peak Worm still in the deck. Gromosh as well. So lots of ways we can close this game out. The Stadium Announcer might just do it, though. If they play a bunch of minions, it's going to be hard not to Dracorex. I feel like that's pretty solid, but... Oh. Sure. So if I can get a weapon that has 4 or more attack, we just got it. It'll get rid of their weapon, which I guess isn't too crazy. This makes 2 2/1 ponies, which is probably better than... So they have 8 power. Yeah, I think Dracorex is the safe play here. Stadium Announcer could just win the game, but if I don't hit the weapon, then I'm in a really bad spot because they've got lethal on board. So I think I have to do this. Because losing this game after getting him to 4 life with 1 card in hand that's just sad. Sure, okay. So they can throw 5 minions at Dracorex, which is totally fine with me. Oh, that's so bad. That's such bad timing. I'm going to play Stadium Announcer like probably next turn. Oops. Okie dokie then. Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like you still gotta just go for it, though. That's a real bummer for them. Alright. So now Stadium Announcer seems a little bit safer. They've got 14 attacks, so I'm not completely dead. Oh yeah, we definitely got him. Just need 1 attack off of this, and then Precursory Strike does the rest of the work. Yeah, we're just going to keep that. Smack him. Boom. Alright, let's see if we can get back this win streak. I love seeing the stars go. It's one of my favorite parts about doing the ladder. Yeah, so far nothing really crazy I think has happened. The beast, or not beast, excuse me, the druid deck, that was unfortunate. But it seems as though so far everything's going pretty much according to plan. I think it's probably safe to assume this is a Dragon Warrior player, which means that Precursory Strike is a decent keep because a 1-drop, like a Whelp, a Gift Wrap Whelp, turn 1, should be answered. Portal Vanguard might be worth keeping, but I don't think I can justify that. So Whelp another dragon I think is ideal. Broodkeeper, wow. Show me dragon. This hand is not bad. Ooh, they are Control Warrior, okay. This could be tough, but let's see what we can get done. The key to beating Dragon Warrior, or excuse me, the key to beating Control Warrior is early aggression consistently. And this hand is a little iffy. Portal Vanguard's helpful, I guess.
Step forth into the timeways.
Royal Librarian is not worth keeping.
Step forth into the timeways.
Silencing a hostile invader or something like that is not super powerful.
Let the pain
Oh.
speak to me.
Acolyte of Pain. Random. Okay, so let's do Stadium Announcer.
We've got to fight for the ages.
Ooh, that's not bad. Painter's Virtue. What do they get? After your hero attacks, discard your highest cost card. I love this. I love this. We're keeping that for sure. And if they want to attack some stuff with the Acolyte, that's fine. But they can't attack with this because they're going to discard their highest cost card. That's incredible. Wow. Interesting. This is not a very traditional Control Warrior deck. Playing Slam and Acolyte of Plane is very interesting. It's probably best just to get this gone now. If they have any shenanigans in there that take advantage of that, then that could be very difficult to deal with. Let's get a Dark Gift minion as well. Oh wow, this could be very powerful. Yeah, this could add 8 attack to a single minion, which could be excellent here. Let's do this. Yeah, this is a great weapon. I like Painter's Virtue a lot. I don't know that it's something you can justify playing in like an actual Paladin deck, but when you get it off of Stadium Announcer, it's pretty good. I was experimenting for a while with Grime Street Paladin, and I was playing Painter's Virtue, and that's part of why I don't think it's worth playing in anything. Yeah, this guy seems great here. Only problem is not playing a dragon this turn means I don't get Windpeak Worm next turn. But next turn I can just Stadium Announcer, I suppose. So 1 and a 2. So that was a pretty good turn there. I'm hoping that will shift the momentum enough. Hostile Invader is expected. Wow, I'm drawing all of the damage spells. It's not bad at all. Let's start with this, see if we get a good Dark Gift. Oh my goodness. Keeper of Flame. Okay. A 13/13 charge is not bad. If there are any 1-cost minions that have taunt, that would be incredibly annoying though. Yeah, I think taking this is probably the best play because they're at 12. They're going to be at 8. Taking this guy, though, will make him 10 attack. Fine. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. So now Gromosh is just a for sure. Assuming they don't gain more than 2 armor. Ah, that's fine. Alright, draw 2 cards. I assume they'll gain some armor. There we go. Oof. Okay then, I see how it is. Well, I think we gotta do this.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
Wow, we both get the Rye Cleaver. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep that. 5 attack is great here. I think I'm going to have to probably let this one go and just play Gromosh next turn. You know, I guess I should have played... That was a super hard misplay. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So I should have played Stadium Announcer first. Then that would have gotten rid of their weapon, and I could have just hit them for 6. But it didn't matter, but that was really suboptimal. Alright, got him anyway, thank goodness. But yeah, don't miss that misplay. That was rough. That could have cost me the game if they had anything better. But this is the benefit of these lower ranks when you start your Legend run. There are some people playing decks that are just very far from optimal. One more win, and I've got a win streak, so there's something. Only about an hour in, played 5 games, wow.
Victory or death! Now you're sailing on my seas.
I like Slither Drake. Playing against Warrior is tough, though, because if this is Control Warrior, it's usually more likely that they're Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior has a much higher popularity level. I kind of want to do this and just assume they're Dragon Warrior. This gives me a way to deal with their Slither Drakes. Plus my own Slither Drake, even potentially on turn 3 because of the coin, could be good. A 1-drop, 2-drop would be great here also. Alright, that's fine. This is still decent. Like, that's a pretty good curve to begin with. And they are control. Oh my goodness. Ooh my... Wow! Okay, so we're going to go turn 3, turn 4, Slither Drakes, turn 5, Wind Peak Worm. Sure. Sure. That seems fine with me. Let's get all of the information available here. I'm just going to dome them with this. It's not normally a play I like to do, but seems okay. This is pretty pointless, but the Reborn could be helpful. Oh yeah, okay, this guy can just end games if they can't clear him. I've had people play this guy and just smash my face. Just I think I was playing Warrior actually, like a value control oriented Warrior. Somebody played this, got a 2/2 copy, and they were just bashing for 7 every turn. It was brutal. I'm gonna go with the Slither Drake still because the Slither Drake is very, very much so superior. But the swapping attack and health every turn is really interesting. It goes from a 7/2 to a 2/7. Yeah, we're just gonna bash, and maybe I do play this here. No, if I play this here, then I don't get Wind Peak Worm next turn. Question is, if I throw this out there, I guess Brawl isn't even that bad for me. Yeah, that's fine. Let's run it. Pretty good timing. But hey, we got Stadium Announcer, so let's do that.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
We get this. We got the same thing? What are the odds? Return a random friendly minion to your hand. It costs 2 less. So I'm going to hit him for 17 this turn. I think rewinding this might be better. No, you know what? I think it's okay. Sure. Yeah, I have a feeling this game's going to be over pretty soon. Unless they've got some... Like, a brawl here could be good for them. But 3 of the 4 minions are mine, so I've got decent chance of, yeah, ending up with the Slither Drake, which is fine. Yeah, this is great. Are they even just dead? So this is 11, 12, 13, plus 5 is 18. All right. We just got them. All right, 5-1, and I think that's a win streak. Let's go. Card backs are one of the most pointless things in Hearthstone, in my opinion. If you're into card backs, no offense, but just feels like useless stuff. So yeah, in 6 games, I've gotten to Silver 3. Pretty good. Yeah, those stars are doing work. I'm trying to remember. I think it took me... gosh, how many games was it? Took me, what, 100 and something games, I think. Basically 17 hours in January to get to Legend. It was 4 days, so like 4 hours a day or so. Nothing crazy. I think this is the call. Definitely need another dragon. Man, I can't justify keeping either of these.
I cannot do that.
Perfect. Yeah, Slither Drake is great. So I can go turn 1, turn 2, and then turn 3 Slither Drake. Turn 3 Slither Drake is one of my favorite plays right now. Just incredible. Now the Demon Hunter matchup is, I don't think, super great for Warrior, so I'm going to have to really put some pressure on them and be a little bit lucky at the same time. I also need to draw another dragon by turn 3 to be able to play this guy on turn 3, but let's see what happens here.
What horror will hatch?
Now, if I don't end up with drawing a dragon next turn, then I probably cycle Royal Librarian is my guess. Dark Rider will give me a dragon. But I think cycling... There we go. Perfect. Right on time. Yeah, the dragon count in this deck, I believe, is 14. Ay, ay, ay. Well, Royal Librarian to the rescue.
Inside voices, please.
That's the second blob of tar Royal Librarian has silenced in the last couple of games, so Royal Librarian is pulling its weight in this deck. So if they play Blob of Tar, then that means they play Ravenous Fell Hunter. So if they play a Fell Hunter, this could get a little dicey. Let's start with Dark Rider, see if we get anything like with Charge or something with Charge would be great here. Green Wing's not bad. I kind of like Whelp with Divine Shield Wind Fury. That actually does seem pretty solid. Because it helps me address whatever they put in the way. Let's throw another Dark Rider, since we can still play Whelp. Wow. This guy with Charge is hilarious. Not quite sure what they can do from here to really... Oh my goodness, that sucks. They're at the point of using return policies just for that. I mean, they're just... Yeah, they're just done. Poor buddy. Alright, 6-1. And that puts me into gold. Sweet. Yeah, the win streaks do so much work here. Like, if you can manage to get the win streak, you're going to cut down so much time off of your legend run. Like, I'm 7 games in, and I'm at, what, gold 8? So, kind of hard to argue with that. I assume that was a cliff dive deck we just beat. I assume.
I must protect the wild. Now you're sailing on my seas.
Alright, so another Druid. Our only loss so far has actually been to Druid. I like Broodkeeper, but keeping 2 of them with no other dragons is... It's a little loose. I mean, we need a dragon for sure. A 1-drop is ideal against Druid. Let's see. Yeah, part of me is like, I want to keep double Broodkeeper. Oof. Okay, this is rough. Okay, then. I don't think I can justify Dark Rider with no dragon. Sometimes this will happen, but the dragon count is high enough that I think we'll be okay. There's 14 dragons in the deck. There we go.
What horror.
So Dark Rider next turn will get me another dragon. Sweet. Double this minion's attack twice. Gift Wrapped Whelp seems pretty snazzy though. Divine Shield and Wind Fury. This is probably the correct play, I think. Because it'll double to 6 and then double to 12. Only 5 health though. But I'm very tempted by this though, because this gives me the most potential to put super early pressure. Because that's the thing with Druid. If Druid can catch some momentum and start dropping, you know, big taunt minions, depends on what version they're playing, obviously. But if I let the game go too long, they just take over real fast. So I think Whelp is... I think this Whelp is the way to go. especially considering having more damage in my hand. Oh, wow, okay. Aviana's annoying. Another Dark Rider. So how do I want to play this? I think Stadium Announcer's the way to go. And I just keep bashing face, I think.
What now?
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
I don't think they play demons. A 4 attack weapon is pretty good, so that's essentially 12 damage over 3 turns. I think this is worth keeping. I think it could be a lot worse than this. Usually a 4 attack weapon when your opponent has less than that is okay to just keep. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the gift wrap whelp. So now there's way more pressure than before. Okay. Oh, snap. The next 3 spells cast twice, so yeah, that's unfortunate. They just gained 15 armor? Good lord. Okay, not ideal, but such is life. Yeah, I want to say Druid is not the greatest matchup here. They've got some very powerful cards. Ooh la la, this guy's awesome. Costs 9 though. I don't know that this is worth it.
Nature will rise against you.
I don't really want to, but I think the Crater Experiment might be the call here. Yeah, it doesn't seem great, but gotta do what you gotta do. Royal Librarian is great against them, but not until later. Let's do this. And we're gonna miss an attack with the weapon here, but I think it's okay. Alright, that's fine. And it's got Wind Fury Divine Shield, so hard to argue with that. So these next couple of turns are going to be pretty important here. They haven't played Tortolan Traveler, so they're not drawing extra taunt minions or anything. It is very possible this spell got them 2 more minions that Aviana put in their deck, so they're going to cost 1, which is... Yep, there's 1. Gain twice as many corpses. Okay. And that's drawing them multiple cards. Okay, then. Pretty good for them. Yeah, anytime Druid has Aviana, the game gets pretty out of control. It's just so chaotic. Apparently things costing 1 is pretty good. Who would have thought? I think I just got a bash face. Dropping this guy, he's probably gonna die, but I guess that's alright. It's gonna make it so that some things don't attack my face. Crater Experiment isn't bad. They're gonna reborn with full enchantments, and there's gonna be 2 of them. think we're gonna do this. Two 3/4s is not amazing, but because they have Reborn with full stats, I think it just gives me a little bit more chance to stick some minions for next turn, because I need more forward momentum before they get into their big turns with like Seismopod or things like that. Like, for example, if I drop one of these guys, like I could have gone Slither Drake and Whelp of the Infinite. Jeez. I could have done, you know, any of these, but I think they would have had a much easier time taking those out. Whelp of the Infinite and Prescient Slither Drake might have been better. Holy goodness. This might have been a better play, playing the Whelp and the Slither Drake. Yeah, I don't know though. Yeah, maybe that was the play. Maybe that was the not the right line of play here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the way it goes. And they've got lethal on board. Nothing I can do about this. Very well played. All right, 6-2 after 8 games. Not awful. No more win streak, unfortunately, but such is life. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if I hit a wall, I will probably switch up decks. I've also got Bubble Paladin, Aura Paladin, Cliff Dive Demon Hunter with, you know, Ravenous Cliff Dive. There's a couple different options. First rogue deck of the run. I can only assume that it is Imbue Rogue, because what else would it be? Weaponsmith seems okay, but I think this is the call. This feels right, though. My gut is telling me keep Weaponsmith. I'm not sure if Stonecarver is... Yeah, I think Stonecarver or Weaponsmith is fine. I think Weaponsmith is probably on paper not a keep. But in this situation, it feels okay.
These are due back tomorrow.
Ooh. So next turn I can Weaponsmith, and that powers everything up in my hand, which I think is pretty relevant. Turn 3 Slither Drake is normally really strong, though. I could also Dark Rider here, but I don't think that's the play. Yeah, I kind of want to just coin Weaponsmith. I think that's going to create some decent power. It's also just got a decent body on it at 2/5. Oh, yeah, okay. We definitely Weaponsmith. So now these guys are going to be 8/9s. Very good. Nice, okay.
What now?
Sorry, I'm trying to really focus on sequencing these turns correctly. So next turn, Slither Drake, and then either Worm or Slither Drake again. This turn could make a big difference for the momentum, though. Like, Stonecarver could be decent here. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't love the Dark Rider here, but I think it's the right call. Into a Whelp. Yeah. Yeah, the Whelp, not sure if it was the greatest call there, but something to slip in there, like on turn 5, if I choose to go Slither Drake and something else. Yeah, I don't know. I was running out of time, so I wanted to make sure I got the A choice in that wasn't awful, but who knows. Slither Drake seems great here, but I don't like that they've got the Flutter Wing. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Ooh, into another Windpeak Worm? Yeah, that's fantastic. And we can do this. And here. Yeah, this is a solid hand. Treasure Hunter is a very good card. That's nuts. 3 cards from other classes. So I've got 12 attack on board. Yeah, it's hard not to just play a Slither Drake here, I think. We're just gonna bash some face. And sure, we're probably going to lose the Stonecarver, but I think that's fine.
The roots lend their strength.
Interesting choice. Okay. Well, let's make sure they don't gain any more life. This is the one with Reborn. And let's do this. And we're chilling. Good stuff. Great turn. Yeah, one thing to consider with Rogue is you have to be playing around Dubious Purchase, so keeping your minion quantity up is pretty important here. Sure, but aren't they still just dead? Sweet, 7-2. Let's go. Alright, gold 6. Pretty crazy. The only losses so far are to Druid. I think the Demon Hunter deck, thankfully we had the Royal Librarian right on time to handle the Blob of Tar. Otherwise, can be a pretty rough matchup. Control Warrior, yeah, we did decently. I don't even count that Shaman deck we played against in the second game. That was silly. Alright, another Rogue. So now this feels a little bit more normal. We're just playing back-to-back Imbue Rogues, probably. Double Dark Rider plus Whelp is fine. Anytime you got multiple 1-drops, especially with the coin, totally cool. Sanguine Depth's not super ideal, though. So this will give me a dragon, so Gift Wrapped Whelp does something. Oh my goodness, look at that. So we're going to have a 10-14 Slither Drake. So I can play that on turn 3 if I hold the coin here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's nuts. Yeah, that could be really crazy. There it is. So... one of the problems is I want to play Gift Wrapped Whelp, but I need a dragon. Oh no, Dark Raider gives me a dragon. What am I talking about? Let's get it. Let's get it. I actually like this here. And then you can Whelp. And then next turn we've got huge Slither Drake. That's great. So it's going to be a 4-mana 11/15. This is crazy. Alright, let's see if they got something. There we go. Alright, 8-2. I was like, how do you deal with that? Even Dubious Purchase doesn't work because I've got 2 other minions. Alright, gold 4 after 10 games. And I'll probably take these videos like 15, 20 games at a time, something like that. Kind of hard to say. And another rogue. So funny, we didn't even really see what that other rogue was was playing because we just killed them too quickly. Kind of want to do that. Stonecarver could be good, but this is probably fine, but I think giving us the best chance for a 1-drop into this on 4, oof, okay. Yeah, not the greatest. So we will probably Shadow Flame Suffusion their face or a minion just to see what we can get. Oh boy. Alright, so they're taking something. They know 3/4 of our hand now. Deja Vu is a very good card. Okay then. Well, let's get a dude. Weaponsmith is not bad. Yeah, I don't hate that. And it'll have Wind Fury. That'll be cool. As expected, Imbue Rogue it is. Now, if they find a way to deal with this, Prussian Slitherdrake could die to Dubious Purchase on the following turn, so I do need to be at least conscious of that. I have a feeling they're not going to be able to get rid of this, though, so landing the Slitherdrake with another guy is great. Yeah, kind of hard not to do this. And they got their own Slitherdrake. Wow. Wow. It's pretty unfortunate. Okay. So I think I just have to be really aggressive here. Because if I make it so that they have to attack my Slitherdrake with theirs, while I'm hitting them in the face with mine, I also have to be dropping minions here. Because I can't afford to get like Dubious Purchased and then them smack me with their Slitherdrake. But really all I can do is either another Slitherdrake or Brewkeeper Announcer.
I wonder.
You know, let's do this and see what we get. If we get a 1-drop, that's amazing. Perfect. So now we have even better odds against something like Dubious. Yeah, into Wind Peak is great. Yeah, let's do it. So that gives us the opportunity to just be really aggressive here and force them to react to us. Yeah, looks like they have Dubious Purchase. That's fine. But if they're at 7, then Wind Peak Worm... Do they not have it? They gotta have it. Oh my god, do they not? Oh, that's gotta be for the combo. Okay, there we go. Well played. But they're still just done, because... Kaboom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You put them on their heels with that, that's all it takes. So 9-2. Win streak. All right, got the win streak back by beating 3 rogues in a row. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I find Imbue Rogue to be incredibly annoying. I think it's a decent deck. It is very cool and interesting, but the amount of people that just literally picked it up right when the mini set came out, it was every other deck I was playing was Imbue Rogue for just like a week straight. And it's kind of fallen off from there, thankfully. But, God, that was atrocious. And I refused to play it myself because whenever there's some kind of a shift in the metagame like that, there's always an overcompensation for like, oh, this is the cool deck. And then people try and chase it, and the hype is built. And decks almost never live up to the hype. because you usually have to go through a couple iterations of a deck before you find like the optimized version. So yeah, and B-Rogue, I was like, this will come back. And it definitely got suppressed a little bit as time went on. So Shaman, Whelp of the Infinite is great. I'm tempted to do this. Stonecarver's fine against them, but this is a little reactionary, though, is the problem. Like, I could do this. Maybe that's the way to go, actually. Yeah, I'm going to give this a try. Normally, I would keep the Precursory Strike, but I think having some aggression, perfect. Yeah, having some aggression followed by something that can deal with their bigger threats, I think that's really good, yeah. This hand is awesome. Ooh, into a big Wind Peak Worm. Yes, please. So that'll be a 10-11. Just got to make sure I play a dragon on turn 4 for that thing. This is crazy. Yeah, it's a little annoying to have to Brood Keeper to get rid of 0/1s, but maybe Peddler is the way to go. Now, so the problem with playing Peddler here is that that limits my dragons for the following turn, because I'm probably going to go Whelp of the Infinite on turn 3. Okay, Flight of the Firehawk is always a little unsettling. Peddler Gift Wrap Whelp is actually not bad. I'm tempted to hold up the weapon.
What now?
Just do this, and then
What pretty petals!
yeah, I think I'm gonna hold the weapon up. Even if I draw, so if I draw Stadium Announcer, that would be the only bad scenario, because I would have preferred to have gotten rid of him, but oof, 5/5 bellhops are not good. Okay, so next turn, this is probably going to kill one of those, or the remaining one. I think I have to kill one this turn, kill one next turn, and hope that they're not doing something more powerful next turn to follow it up. But yeah, Bellhop off of Flight of the Firehawk is pretty darn good. Yeah, I think I gotta do this, and then we're gonna use this guy. The question is, do I use my minion or my face? I don't know that I want to use my face for this. Yeah, I think it's too early to be taking 5 damage. I think that gives them a decent advantage here. My life is a resource, but I don't know. This is kind of a tough one here. Oh, wow. Okay, that's unfortunate, but there are worse things, I suppose. So yeah, maybe it was better to attack with... Yeah, this is tough now. I don't know that I can justify this play. Because this is just going to die to the... Yeah, I guess I should have attacked with the weapon. 1, 2... No, it wouldn't have made a difference either way. Even if I had that minion, I would go... No, it does. Yeah, okay. So I should have used my weapon. Darn it. Because I could have gone... this trades here. This kills that. 2-3 at the 2-2. No, I'm still in the same position. Darn it. Yeah, so...
I must choose. Glory to the Horde.
How do I want to do this? So I think I do this. I'm going to do this. And then I think this is the way to go here, sadly. Because I still have a dragon for next turn. Lifesteal... Sure. This is fine. Yeah, Shaman's a very good deck. This is supposed to be a decent matchup for me, but Shaman has a lot of tools and they can outplay you if they know the deck well. Sometimes they also just get very lucky and they can do some serious work. Oof, yeah, Frosty Decor, pretty annoying. I had a feeling they had that when this came out with a duplicate. Darn it. Into Grofin, that's amazing. That's just one less dude for later. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, I think I still gotta do this. That's fantastic.
And the crowd goes wild.
Let's get a little bit of life. So this hopefully will do some work here, but there's a lot of stuff they can do. Yeah, the power of their pump spells, Turbulus, Flight of the Firehawk, what is it, bird watching, stuff like that. Like especially when you start combining them on the same minions, like Turbulus affects everything, bird watching affects all copies of a card, and then if you Fly to the Firehawk into another copy, it's ridiculous. If I had infinite dust, I would definitely build this deck just to mess around with it, because it's very powerful. Are they really gonna do that and get the other Grofin? That's really bad. They're taking away so much value for themselves for later with that. I'm very surprised by that play. Let's see what we draw off of this. Not bad. So we can do this, bash them for 11, and then this will power up Dracorex. So Dracorex will be very helpful if they start spamming the board with a bunch of guys. I'm still just flabbergasted they chose to attack and take their Grofins out of their deck, because that takes away the whole Gigantified option, which is a huge powerhouse later in the game for them. Yeah, if I was in that position and I did that once and I got a Grofin, I go, oh, I'm not doing that again. So doing that again either implies that their hand is that good, or they're just unaware of how potentially powerful this card is later in the game. Yeah, kind of hard not to Dracorex here. If they play another minion, then it's for sure happening. Please play another minion. Oh, give me that value. Come on. Come on. Let's go. That's amazing. No duplicate, but that's fine. I'll take whatever value I can get here. Oh. That makes me a little more hesitant to do that. Yeah, Dracorex is just so powerful. It's probably going to sway the momentum of this game a lot, because they're now going to take 16. And it's debatable. I could have held up this weapon. It is potentially better to do that, but in this position, whatever they play, I can clear with Dracorex. I don't think they'll be able to... Oh. Well, that will kill Dracorex, that's for sure. What? Really? Okay, so they're going to go back to 30 when I attack here, but... But I still have Dracorex. And we're going to Stonecarver and Prussian Slitherdrake? Hello. Yeah, this is... It's not the best situation, but it's decent. There is still potential to win this game, just depends on how they play their next couple of turns. Ooh, pretty good. Yeah, they have to hit Dracorex here, I think. Really? And then Dracorex, yeah, okay. I forgot it had Wind Fury for a second. Okay, so now this is a little bit of a rougher spot. The slimes off of this are going to be pretty crazy.
Step forth into the time ways.
Yeah, we're definitely rewinding that.
Step forth into the time ways.
Wow, okay, we were just meant to have Gift Wrapped Whelp. It'll be a 5/4, which isn't bad. Yeah, I don't want to, but I feel like the right call here is just to dump my hand. It's not very good, though. This is... Yeah, this position worsened a lot over the last turn. Yeah, I don't want to be at the mercy of our top decks, but I think if we're going to have any chance of dealing with whatever they do, like... Yeah, it's going to have to go like this, I think. Man, that was a great position, too. It's possible playing the Dracorex was a little greedy. Like, I think you could make that case. But it seemed like it gave me enough power that whatever they play following up to that, you know, Dracorex could deal with it. But they did handle that big... what's it called? Was it a Slitherdrake, I think? Yeah, the big Slitherdrake... Yeah, they handled the big Slitherdrake well. I think that's a very important point, but maybe I also underestimated them because of the Growfin play with the weapon. Ooh, and then they play the Wind Fury weapon here, right? That's going to basically clear my board. No. Really? That's surprising.
Little time.
Feel like you play the Wind Fury weapon there, because then you deal 4 to my minions and you can hit my face for a bunch. Wow, and that's a good way to get around elusive, because it's not a spell targeting it, it's a minion battlecry ability. Very interesting. Okay, so we're in a much worse position now. This isn't great, but we're going to see what we can do here. These are immune while attacking, so they're going to take out the Whelp of the Infinite with no downside. So I'm going to need some kind of crazy draws here, but... Really? Bashing face there? Fascinating play. Ah, okay, sure. Yeah, in their position, I would have played that spell they played last turn, played the Wind Fury weapon, and then attacked my face twice. That would have mostly cleared my board, I think, except for the Whelp of the Infinite, and it would have dealt 10 to my face. And then they could have followed up with other things? I don't know. I don't know what's all in their hand, but that seems like that would have been the ideal play. Very interesting choices of play. So I just gotta hold on for dear life now. This hitting one of these guys is fine, but it's not super great. Yeah, still in a pretty rough spot, but I think that's what we gotta do. Yeah, I think had they been playing this game differently, this would have been over by now. We would have lost. Yeah, like Shutter Block into a Gigantified Growfin is nuts. I wonder what they're going to use that for. Probably for the second slime they drew off of Hagatha. And there's only 6 cards left in their deck, so... They have 14 attack. Let's see what I get off of this first.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
Dormant Sheep doesn't help me very much. It could be a lot worse, though. Normally, if you get a 4 attack weapon and theirs is less than 4, or at least doesn't have a good ability, it's worth keeping. Yeah, I think I gotta rewind this, sadly. It's not bad, but I think it could be a lot better. Wow. Okay, yeah, this is rough. Whew, okay then. Yeah, they got it. I guess they wanted a real big win, like a big old hootenanny of a win. This is crazy. Alright, if you're not going to kill me, then I'm just conceding. This is silly. Do your attacks, man. Alright, so we are 9-3 after 12 games. Alright, win streak gone, unfortunately. But day 1, getting to gold or higher is great. I think, let's see. I think last Legend run at the beginning of January, day 1, I got to Platinum something or other. I think Platinum 5, somewhere around there, which I was very happy with. But getting to gold anything is great. I'm going to see if I can push my way into Platinum, though, with a couple more games.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
So Slitherdrake, very powerful. I think it's probably worth risking this. I kind of want to keep a Precursory Strike, but I don't know that I can justify that. I could also do something like this, or even this, but that just feels worse. I think this gives me the most chance to win the game. Yeah, this feels a little loose no matter what direction I go, but I think this gives me better odds. Good. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. So, yeah, you gotta go Gift Wrap Whelp into Peddler. I think that's way better than Dark Rider.
My blood boils for war.
Black Arrow.
Okay, so this doesn't seem like it's... It might be Tracking Hunter, but I'm very doubtful. I don't think I can justify Peddler here because there's no activation this turn and possibly no activation next turn. So I think Dark Rider's the play, but that's not optimal. If I get a Whelp off of this, it's okay, but it's still just not the best thing to get here. This could be okay considering I have Shadow Flame. But I do like this guy a lot. Yeah, I'm going to take the Dragon Turtle. I think the correct play was probably the Whelp of the Infinite, but I think this has more potential. Cool, and if they attack that, then Shadow Flame can take out a minion. That's even better. And they're down to 2 cards, which is actually really good for me. Dark Rider's not bad here. That gives me more value. This guy's not awful, but I think there are better things. Yeah, I think Dark Rider's the way to go here. And I can't play it because it is the Dark Gift minion that will enable Dragon Turtle next turn. I could play Slither Drake, but I think the Dragon Turtle's going to give me some good momentum considering they're low on cards. And they seem to be a much more aggro deck than like Tracking Hunter or something like that. Yeah, this is just like a Face Hunter deck, so anything I can do to gain more armor. And also, you know, a 3/6 is pretty solid, especially considering it's got Reborn to full stats. So we can take this guy out. We're taking 3, which isn't ideal, but I like this position. And depending on how they use their animal companions will dictate when we play Slither Drake. Okay. So this has charge. So I'm tempted to go double Precursory Strike here, play the Dark Rider and send him and the Dragon Turtle at this guy. This doesn't draw any cards, unfortunately, which is not great here. Yeah, I don't love this, but Wind Peak's great. Yeah, especially with Lifesteal. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then we can throw both of these here. And all they've got left is the Charge Animal Companion, which, although it is powerful, it's... Ooh, Neri. Pretty good. Yeah, them being at 2 cards is not bad. I think that's okay. I'm tempted to Peddler here, but I think Portal Vanguard is going to be good to keep the stream of cards. I don't hate Stonecarver. Wow, that's not bad. I think it is worth rewinding, though. Stonecarver is decent. To be fair, I could get something worse off of this if I rewind. But I think any chance to get a Wind Peak Worm... yeah, that's... I think I have to keep this. Because looking at the odds of getting something worse, I think it's much higher probability I get a worse minion there. Totally cool. Alright, they're out of cards. Thank goodness. So they're making a push to take me out, but Windpeak Worm's going to do a lot of good here. So we can take this out. Windpeak Worm also still has lifesteal. That'll be amazing. And then we can do this. Another lifesteal minion could be very helpful. It also has taunt, which is relevant. Yeah, okay. Alright, 10-3. And looks like we're in platinum. Alright, let's get like 2 more games going.
Garrosh versus the Lich King.
Will serve me in death. Now you're sailing on my seas.
This is the first Death Knight in 14 games. Shadow Flame Suffusion is pretty helpful against leeches. So we'll see how this goes. This hand is not bad though. This is very reasonable. Double Dark Rider's not bad. Let's see what we get off the first one. Ooh, Whelp is amazing here. Yeah, that's great. So we're definitely going to coin Whelp. And then that gives us Peddler next turn. Yeah, that's awesome. Very good turn 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Peddler is just the play still. Like, I could Sanguine Depths, pop that guy. Yeah, kind of hard not to do this. 6-5 on turn 2. Seems good. Wow. 1 damage to all enemies. That's fine, but it's going to reborn with just 1 health. Okay, nothing crazy. Yeah, we're just going to... I think Sanguine Depths is okay here. I do feel like I should probably hit this here because they're going to hit the peddler, but maybe it's not the worst. Yeah, because they can just use their hero power to kill this anyway, so very likely I'm going to lose it regardless, so might as well get the extra point in. Yeah, kind of hard to justify sacrificing 6 damage just to make sure something doesn't die, or to try and make sure. Alright, at least could be tough next turn, but we'll see what version they got. Ooh, okay, that's pretty bad. So more or less erased all of the stuff we just did. We're going to start with Dark Rider. Chrono Lord is decent, but it's only minions that your opponent plays. So if they summon stuff, like if they play Husk, if they play leeches like that, then it doesn't affect those. I'm not sure it's gonna be... Ooh. 7 mana, 8/8 charge? Doesn't seem bad. Peddler's okay. It'll be a 4/4 lifesteal for 2 mana.
What now?
I think this guy's going to be tough for them to deal with, though. Alright, let's see what Terror Run they got. That's probably going to dictate how difficult this game is going to be to win. Yeah, that's pretty good for them. So that makes Nosdormu a little bit worse. Whoo! That's really good for them. Okie dokie then.
Step forth into the time ways.
Stonecarver not bad as a 3/6, so I can play it, pop it with this. It'll go 5/5. It'll go to a 7/7 on the first turn. I don't hate that. And the problem here is, I mean, they can definitely kill this. But the problem here is dealing with more 2/1s and whatever else they have in their hand. So I think if anything, this is going to eat up some removal, which is fine. Because they can just attack with everything and hero power to take it out. But that does help clear their board. Oh, wow. Okay, sure. That's pretty good. Alright, getting a little trounced right now. Not liking this. Probably going to precursory strike this, but let's see what we get off of Portal Vanguard first. Want to have as much information as possible. Stadium Announcer's not bad. Yeah, that's decent. There's there's quite a few things that are better that I could get. It's kind of a, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. It's about 50-50 for things that are better and things that are worse. Yeah, I think that's worth keeping. Because we get a draw for this also. Sweet. Good stuff. Because if I can wait out the Terra run to be able to play this, I think that'll do a lot of good. This can be an, you know, charge 8 damage could come out of nowhere and help me finish the game off if I can get some momentum beforehand. Good. There are times where I feel like it's right to play Demolition Renovator in this, but I think it's just a little too clunky. Royal Librarian seems to be a little bit better. But that's part of why I love the Curator version of Dragon Warrior. Your card advantage is much better through Quality Assurance and Curator and Plucky Paintfin, stuff like that. But it also plays the Royal Librarian and a Demolition Renovator. But yeah, this is a pretty rough spot with these guys now. Yeah, 2 mana for 10 power is crazy. Whew, lucky draw. Okay. So I think I have to do this. And we're going to have to do this. But yeah, still a little rough. Let's see. Jeez. Yeah, they've just got everything. Ooh, just in time. That's very helpful. So I think what we're gonna do...
Inside voices, please.
That is very helpful. I'm tempted to Stadium Announcer, but I think Prescient Slitherdrake might be better. Yeah, even if I get a good weapon off of this, I don't think I can justify hitting this with it. Yeah, let's see what we get, though. It's not great to give them a weapon at this stage. 3/2, 2/7, destroy all minions. Let's rewind that. Come on. Something good. Wow. Yeah, I think we got to do that. And what did they get? 1 damage to all minions. So they've got 7 attack they can put together with their hero power. I'm at 8. Not great. So if they can find 1 damage somewhere. Oh. Yeah, that should give them 5 damage with, oh, yeah, Nightmare works too. Alright, so finishing the first part of the run at 10-4, which is a decent record. I'm happy with that. But sitting here at Platinum 10, I wanted to get to at least Platinum today, and that works out well. So definitely check out the other videos on the channel, but I'm going to be posting up all of the Legend Run videos like pretty much ASAP. So I may be back again later today. We'll see. But make sure you guys like, follow, comment, all that fun stuff. You gotta smash the like button. Don't just click it. You gotta smash it. But yeah, big thank you if you guys are already following. If you want to help out the channel and you're already following, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I always love hearing what you guys think about Hearthstone, and I reply to every single comment that comes down. So yeah, much love, guys. Appreciate you. Catch you next time.